Here we are in the garage again. Today we're going to try to set up the computer. We're going to fix the phone cord so I can charge up the phone again. Right now the phone, actually it still has a full charge. These phones hold a good charge. And then maybe we'll get to the bench, try to put some of the tools up. I did go to the store and I did buy some pegboard stuff, but I really wasn't too happy with the selection that was there. It was very limited. So I did have to order some aspects of it on the computer, which is not going to be here for several days still. So we can only do part of that. We're going to get the hot glue heating up so that we can repair the phone charger. The phone charger, the cord split where it goes into the AC adapter. So we'll just I'll take a very small. Actually, I think I have one over here. Yeah, this will work. We'll just take something like this, and we'll make sure that the wires, the copper portion, is separated. And then we'll just coat this in hot glue and that'll be fixed. We're just going to use the low power one for this. The other one will probably just melt the AC adapter in half. I spent a lot of time a couple weeks ago organizing the computer stuff, the shelf of computer junk, and it turned out to be time well spent because I wanted to find a right angle power cord for the printer and a USB printer cable, and I went looking for these this morning and spent less than 2 minutes finding those cables, which was very nice. Alright, so we've got this cord here. This cord goes to the audio amplifier. We'll just leave the extra slack for that up on top of that shelf. Who's calling me now? I'm not sure where we're going to put the extra slack on the power cord for the printer. I have a phone line here as well that I need to patch in, and then we can put a a corded phone here or a cordless, whatever. I got this. I picked this up at the OK Will a couple days ago, only because it had the bracket. It was missing the power cord and everything else, but quite frankly, the bracket alone was worth $5 because they're hard to find. And I just had this sitting over here, and I actually really like it there, so I might set up one of those here, and it would kind of make sense to link it with the telephone in here. So maybe I'll do that. Where is the power cord for the, here it is. I don't think that the slack can sit underneath the shelf. It just wouldn't look good. I wonder if I can slip it behind the cabinet. There is enough space. That actually might work just fine. I thought about doing something better here for the networking, but there really is no reason to. I mean, the wall jack's literally just this secured to a plate. It's the same thing, so I think this is fine. I only have one port here. I suppose at some point, if I ever get to a lull, I'll add a second one so that I could connect up a laptop or something else here. I don't really foresee using a laptop here at any point anytime soon. I don't really expect to spend a lot of time at this workstation. This is more just I wanted to hear music in the garage, or collect some information while I was working on something or what have you, something like that. More so than to really spend time working on the computer here. I mean, you could, but it's not the best desk from an ergonomic standpoint, that's for sure. Okay, I just decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all the cables up, and I'll tie them together, and this can kind of go up and then go back down, and that's how I'll use up the extra slack. Tie up the extra slack here behind the printer. Because it has to be about an inch or so out anyways. So we'll just do that. That works. I'm going to get a little cup hook to put on the ceiling. What's on here now? Something about Walmart. might need to pre-drill the hole. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this now because that coating is very hard. This is not sharp enough to pass through it. Sometimes you can just put a screw in there and take the screw back out, and that's good enough. Try that first. Yep, the screw went right through it. Looks like the hot glue has heated up. Oh, it's out of glue. Put this big stick in there and it's not going to fit in the box anymore. Let's see if we can just cut this in half. We don't need very much for this project. These are pretty good scissors. Okay, so all we need to do here with this make sure that the wires are away from each other. And then we just put a little bit of glue right on there like that. I'll let that dry. And then we'll go back over it again just to make a little bit better of a strain relief. This wire, I guess this cord must not have been the best quality. I've seen these break like this, unfortunately, a number of times. Okay, so we've got that. That will just live behind the printer. That will store up at top. So this is, let's see, one of these is the extension cord for the sub, which is probably this. And then one of these is the fan that sits on top of the amplifier. Yep, that's the fan. So this one needs to be able to be plugged and unplugged. And then, so we just need one more cable for the computer. Well, actually, the computer and the computer screen, it's like it's together. So we only need one more power cable, and that will take care of both. We need to run this down through the hole. This will be data for the printer. Last night it went down to 29 degrees, and when I came here in the morning it was 59 degrees. Well, must have gone on to 56, I guess, but that's pretty good. The repairs to the door and the blocking off of the exhaust fan, I think, are making a big difference. And that was with no heat on. Alright, so let's just go over this a little bit more. Make sure that this is not going to happen again. Hot glue actually makes a very good strain relief because it's slightly flexible, but still strong enough to hold everything together. Well, that's a little bit more than I wanted. That's fine. This will fix the cord, and now the telephone can be safely charged up again. I'm gonna put this somewhere while it dries, and I can't because it's gonna stick to wherever I put it. Okay, it's almost dry enough to put it down. Okay, I'm going to shut off the hot glue, turn that back into cold glue, and we didn't even need that. Got some kind of mess behind this computer that we need to deal with. This is the network cable. I will pull that slack up to the ceiling, so we can just plug that in there, and I'll deal with the rest up top. It'll be easier to hide it up there. The mouse, well, here's that power cable. I can go up and plug in. The computer mouse will tie up the computer mouse and the computer keyboard cables. We don't have any normal length wire ties over here. How long these stinking things are. totally unnecessary for this application. Here we go. There's some extra slack with the audio cable. I will take care of that up top. I'll tie that up behind the amplifier. And then lastly, we need the printer cable to come down and plug in here as well. Okay. Alright, this is repaired. So we can reconnect this now. See, this is a nice, yeah, it's relatively flexible, it can still move, but the wires are not going to be able to touch each other inside there and cause some kind of electrical freak show. I've repaired many adapters this way and had consistent success. I think in this case we might waste one of these plugs so that this can be plugged in like this, which will make it look nicer. There's our tripod kick for the video, and as you can see, it's bending and it's working fine. Okay, so let's push all this back. This needs to be here, but not right now. Looks like the computer keyboard is going to need some more slack. That should be enough. There's only one free outlet now, which will be for the fan. That should be fine. I really don't foresee plugging in a lot of things over here. And eventually I want to do something better with the way the sub plugs in. I want to run a another outlet over here for the fridge too, and that'll free up this. Then we won't have that plug using up that space. Oh, the mouse is going to need more slack too.
I did not make good estimations here. Oh, actually, you know what I could do?
Probably should have done for both is just bring it around this side like this. No, I don't like that. We'll just get it some more slack. So this should be able to push back all the way up against the corner here, like that. Okay. I think I'm going to put a different computer here eventually. I thought it made sense to have this like all-in-one setup here, but we just don't need it, especially now that I have the shelf for the printer. The computer could even go on top of the shelf here and be out of the way, and then the monitor could push back further. Now we got to clean up this mess here. I'll use some Velcro straps to keep this together. Looks pretty bad still. That's better. Still is not great though. What is throwing it off? I guess it's the computer power cord that's throwing it off. It's good enough for the garage. See if this phone is working now. Phone is working. Need to plug in this USB cable to the printer. Alright, that's not bad. The fan is about to fall off the top of the amplifier. Okay, good. That looks reasonable. Yeah, I'm gonna change the computer. I don't like that it's not pushing back more than it is. So I'll just put the computer up on top of here, because this, I think it can handle the computer being up there as well. And then I'll get a bigger screen that can go up against the wall more. Okay, now let's take a look at what we got for the pegboard. This is all for street lights. It's a different day. Got a bunch of screwdriver holders. Got the 30 amp breaker that we need for the Christmas lights. I got a 2 1/8 inch box for a different project. I got some assorted hooks and some double peg hooks. Alright, so let's begin with the screwdrivers. Okay. This is an irremovable tag. I'm gonna have to cut this. Oh, this is ridiculous. I can't get this off. Do I have any utility knives up here? Where do scissors go? Why is this necessary? Well, I guess these are all going to have tape residue on them because it's only worth so much time in the day to try to get it off. I actually feel like these are very poor quality. The finish is like it's got snags everywhere. It's just not. I'm not happy with these at all. But this is the only thing that was there. And what am I supposed to do? Go around and find vintage ones? It would take forever. So some of these we're going to have to move up a little bit higher. Well, that's a pretty good sized driver and that's still fitting there. You know, all these very long ones need the small one that's in here. This seems like a much better quality apparatus. Doesn't have all the snags. The finish is much nicer, and the metal is thicker.
fit's not too good on these. Not as many long screwdrivers here as I thought. Is this going to line up just perfectly? Well, it's going to line up very close, but not quite. We'll have to go back through this and organize these a little better, but just to get them off the table for now. Well, that's a pretty good guess as to what was needed. What is that? 6 per unit. Those are almost duplicates. That one's bent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And put those two inside. The plier holders I did not buy because they were not chrome, they were a different color, and they seemed very small. So those I ordered on the computer. If we can fudge this to have two in one hole, I think that we can. Everything will be lined pretty good. Get in there. Yeah, we can make that work. Oh, that's too small. I have to get a little box or something to put these real small screwdrivers into. What a ridiculous package. That comes very close. Now we'll put this somewhere else. We'll put both of those things somewhere else. See that this bench is a little bit too deep. I gotta change it. It's too deep and it's too tall. And these are too small. Okay. Well, that's dumb. These are pretty standard hammers. Yeah, it's not going to fit any of these, I don't think. Oh, it fits one of them. Kind of fits that, but not correctly. No, these are ridiculous. This is such a simple product, I really didn't expect to have any problems. Guess about all these are going to be good for it. These came with 2 plier holders apiece. Yep, and you need a lot more than that. I kind of like those locks. I want to put those on the bench in the studio too. That's pretty handy because those clips always fly out when you take something off of there. Well, there's not too much more we can put up without the plier holders. Most of the stuff needs to go on the plier holders. This can go up. we're not going to be able to hang that because it's going to dump out the bottom. That kind of stinks. Oh, I still got some battery left on the camera. Thought it was going to be almost out by now. This does not have the means to hang it, so we can't really hang this either. We're actually going to have quite a bit of space left at the top for oversized tools because, let's see, this is approximately going to be well, we might actually need two rows for pliers and cutters. Well, there's not too much else I can do without the plier hangers. Well, I suppose I could hang these up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. I'll wait for the plier hangers, and then because I don't know how much space that's gonna take up. So that'll be it for today. I think the camera is just about out of charge, and so am I. So it's time to wrap it up for tonight.